10-yard line. Line drive punt taken at the 40. That's Adams. Trying to reverse this field, but everybody's staying home. Now he does a tightrope act. Boy, Houdini's in the house, wearing number 3, and nobody's home to watch that house. Touchdown, Hogs! Holy Hog!
Lisa was telling me they trash talked a little bit. Deshaun would say, "You got to punt it to me," and Brandon said, "I punted to you all last game. You didn't do anything against it."
So what are you going to measure?
So here we go. You'll never see a Colquitt back away. Here comes Deshaun, shake and bake. Can he beat the second? Dancing off to the right. Look at this guy, the wizard of returns, Deshaun Jackson. He's going to the end zone.
Dylan greeting.
Good. Mays gathers it in at the 17, and he's got some room. Gets a block. Breeding's got to stop him. Breeding doesn't. Now there's still a chance defensively. Look at Mays. Now he's at the 10. Cuts back. Brilliant run. Marquise Mays.
All right, he does 31 yards here, and that will be appreciated. Oh, a spinner on that. That's a smart play to catch that at the 10-yard line there by Keegan Brewer. So North Texas has come into Fayetteville and shown
he's never made a fair catch.
Oh, he didn't make a fair catch signal.
He's gone.
Brewer down the sideline. This is going to be a touchdown. He caught that at the 10. Nobody thought he was going to do it, and he took off.
Covey back deep at the 27.
Covey deep.
And the ball fielded on the opposite side. How about this? Utah's going to run it in for a touchdown. 69 yards. Wow.
30 carries, 140 yards, but let's not forget, one of those is counted on that fake punt.
And that was Steel Chambers. And now they're going to throw it across the field again to Melton. We saw that to start the game. And Melton has a lot of speed, and he's got a lot of space. Bo Melton, 10-5 touchdown. The second half, Rutgers has pulled every trick out of their bag.
They've held Mississippi State scoreless in this second half. And this ball will be downed inside the 10. Excellent coverage on the punt for the Bulldogs. And then did Austin scoop it up on the return? Calvin Austin will take it all the way the other way.
Anytime, he's ready at the 35. Backs up to his own 30. Waits for a block. Here he comes again. This time he danced back into trouble and back out again. Wow! Still on his feet. Are you kidding me?
Top 10 ESPN, top 10. That's one of them.
Wow!
Good one. Yes, indeed. Beckham backed up to the 11. Now he's got a little room. Now he's got more room. Now he's got blockers in front. Now he's almost untouchable. No flags, touchdown.
Dad, now here, he's more dad than coach. And I think that's cool. Barnard, the deep man, driven back by the punt to the 21. Guy's extremely dangerous. No kicker's going to slow him down. Kenyon Barnard, 79 yards.
An interception. Also mishandled a snap, bad snap. It led to a turnover and a touchdown for North Carolina. Here's Switzer. He's got 6 career punt return touchdowns. And he could go. Finds the sideline. Has blockers. Ryan Switzer inside the 10. Touchdown, North Carolina.
Cheney scooped it up and scored a touchdown. Second touchdown by the Noles. And so he rushes this one. That sometimes happens after a block punt. One hop, Warwick says, let's go. And Allen, 40-yard line. In a race, won't catch him. Hello, end zone.
Beauty. Jeez. Wow. Callaway at the 15-yard line, but he's got room to run. Does he ever? Antonio Callaway, no flags, touchdown, Florida.
He's shy of the first down, so that's another 3 and out. And another kick. Going back to the 5 to take it is Boykin getting out of space. Look out. Boykin needs some space. He's got the far side. One block away is Boykin across midfield. Breaking free. A spectacular touchdown.
Now Cherney back out to punt. And room. Reed. Jaden Reed. Touchdown. Michigan State.
Special teamer, but he backs up every wide receiver position. That's a good boot that drives him back to the 24. Potter now. Still on his feet. Look at this. Through midfield, and here he goes. Chris Potter. Touchdown, Broncos. What a way to start the game.
Now 4th down and 6 to go from the 7th. So again, Cal's going to have to kick it away. No rush. And this is a beautiful kick by Brian Anger from the 35-yard line. Look out. Say goodbye to Cliff Harris. Touchdown, Oregon.
Anderson gets it away. Very good kick. Drives Pettis back. Bobbled it. Picked it up inside the 40. And whoa! Pettis! Zoom, zoom. Touchdown, Washington.
Devin Hester awaits. Returnable, 41-yarder. Hester from the 22. Picking up box. He hit the middle hard. Devin Hester, the punter to beat. He beat him. The Miami Hurricanes take the lead. Touchdown.
Number 1 and number 24 for LSU. Diggs and Surtain for Alabama.
And Rosenberg's punt goes back to the 23. Wow. I don't know how Waddle got away from that whiplash. And now he's coming the other way. Jalen Waddle across midfield. He's got a convoy. Waddle, he's gone. Touchdown.
Caleb Downs, the deep man, at the 25. Evans. Downs lets it take a bounce, picks it up at the 21, spins out of traffic, up the sideline with room. Here he gallops, cuts it back. Downs, the Alabama transfer here at Ohio State. Touchdown, world famous.
And he knows all their names, right? Yes. Knows them all. That's pretty effective.
And he's going to try to return it. Long line drive punt by Snee. Covey! Highly effective punt return.
But the 100 and the 200, he is a pretty darn good track athlete and a fast runner. And now the low punt, and Tez Johnson's going to field this one. Breaks a tackle. Johnson, a couple of moves. Johnson with some room. He's at the 30. He has blockers. Tez Johnson to the sideline. It's a foot race, and Tez will win. Touchdown. 85 yards.
beautiful.
Oh, another dandy. Matthew backs up, grabs it at the 38-yard line. Looks for a little blocking help, gets it. Breaks the tackle, cuts left. Avoids a teammate. Heads for the corner, he's done it again.
Sure did.
Not surprising with Shane Beamer's lineage on special teams. Playing and coaching for his dad. This is a really good kick, though. Swing on the return. Gets free. Swing to midfield. Breaks a tackle. Stays in bounds. Bacardi Swain. Spin cycle. Touchdown. Roscoe Parrish, the deep man. Driving spiral. The only problem, this is very returnable. Parrish on the run. 30, 35, 40. Look out. He's gone. Counting goodbye. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Miami. 2 special teams touchdowns.
Back for the Brett Thorson punt. Short. Davion Thomas. Davion Thomas. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Tim Williams in the punt. Averaging just under 38 on 44 kicks this year. Nice high kick, got a little wind under it. And it runs Howard back up. Look at that. Oh my goodness. One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman. He gets it out all right. Oh, my goodness, look at this. He runs Woodson all the way back to the 22-yard line. Woodson's got one block. Got another block. One more, and he's gone. Touchdown, no flag.
Tyreek Hill back at his own 11. This time they set up the return. Barnett sends a good one. Hill has it. Tyreek Hill with speed. Breaks through. Hill with the speed. Look out. This is Bedlam.
First night game, right? For August 7th? Up past his bedtime. They do not come after the kicker. And Mims crushes one out of there. And, whoa, look out. There goes Prince Miller. Are you kidding? Touchdown. 92 yards. The flag was
It was interference to make the catch. I mean, he was very close to getting bumped before the catch was made. I am pretty sure.
No catch interference. Number 24, kicking team. Filters the fine.
Tarheeb still deep to receive for the Terps. Still has some space. Still to the left. Looking for a block. He's going to take it all the way. No flags. Touchdown, Maryland.
The 13th and 14th penalties of the night against LSU. Here's the punt. Returnable. Arenas. No flags. Touchdown, Alabama.
Ignetti waits for the snap. Gets it. It's a good coverage kick. Going to drive back to the 40-yard line. 45, 50. He's got one man to beat. Gets the block. He's going to score. Patrick Peterson. That's going to be from 60 yards. A 48-yard punt. Came after it a little bit, but he got off a great punt all the way back to the 24-yard line. This is Pettis on the return. Has a wall set up. Got a block. Still in bounds. Pettis! Shocking him here at Boise State.
Teams of the country. Their 36 sacks are second in the FBS. Stephon Flintoff punts it away. It's a high boot. Jane Harris drifting over near the sideline. And the Bruins forgot about him. And Harris galloping down the sidelines. It's Pittman. Check it. Touchdown, USC.
To get the snap off. The dangerous Isaiah McKenzie grabs it at the 46. McKenzie sprinting ahead. Isaiah McKenzie inside the 20. Georgia on top. 9:29 to go in the fourth. Isaiah McKenzie.
He's back today, and Brandon James, number 25, awaits the punt at the 23-yard line. He could be a game breaker today. Here's James. As I said, no flags. Brandon James, touchdown, Florida. Has not had a quick start to the season. He's already had one blocked and returned for a touchdown. That at UCLA. This is nice, high, and deep. Brandon James, watch out. There are no flags. Brandon James, Florida touchdown.
Gets it away quickly. Jones is driven back. It's a nice punt, but he's got room. Cyrus Jones with a crease to the sideline. Still running. Touchdown, Alabama.
Silas Bolden with a chance as a return man to set up Texas in good field position as he returns it from the 25. And he breaks through. Look at Silas Bolden. Goodbye.
Butler to punt again, standing in his own end zone. Miami comes after it. Merriweather nearly got there. Here's Devin Hester at the 50. Nice move. Devin Hester still going. Devin Hester to the 30. They're not going to catch him. Devin Hester is going to take it to the house. And Miami with their third touchdown of the day.
Just a little shaking and baking until there was no room left. But between Hester and Parrish, it's always exciting.
Hangs it high into the wind. Hester from the 7. Look at that speed. Devin Hester. Look out.
No.
He's got just the punter. Devin Hester. Shaking, baking, forget about it. Devin Hester is going to go 93 yards for a touchdown.
And they're going to flag him for putting the ball out. Coaches don't get...
Touchdown is good. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 4, offense. Penalty administered on the kickoff.
Forced to hold on to the football, and that allowed for the second sack by Stanford.
Dylan Kidd, Deerfield Beach, Florida, punts it away. And here's McCaffrey from the 38. Dances free. Got a man to beat. Midfield. 2 downfield. Cuts back. Headed for his second touchdown of the game.
And the Noles go 3 and out on that crucial possession. Tyler gets a good boot away with the wind at his back. And chases Alexander back deep, but he's got some running room. Look out into the secondary. Off and running. And Louisville with a special teams touchdown pads the lead. Jair Alexander.
That's all there was in the first quarter. Yep. Unbelievable. It's how it's changed. Tre'Davious White fields it at the 40. He stood up, pushed back. He's going the wrong way. Wait a minute. Now he's got it in the right direction, and he's got blockers. Are you kidding? Tre'Davious White.
Great punt. Can it be covered?
Kirk gets a block. Gets another block.
Got it.
He may score. He will score.
Guy in the open field, but a great tackle by Hoyt.
Malone got the punt away, nearly blocked. Here's Zibikowski trying to get to the outside. He has blockers in front. Tom Zibikowski, Malone to beat, shakes him off to the 5 and a touchdown.
He made a 44-yarder last week. This from 57. who's also a punter, and they're going to pooch it down there. Georgia Tech was ready. And Tarrant is loose on the sidelines. Gerard Tarrant, 2 weeks in a row to the house.
End over end punt. Tony on the other side of the field. Great okey doke. And they score the touchdown. Gotcha.
Suspended for this Outback Bowl. Sophomore Matt Wild has punted, but obviously he's not as good. Hang time McKee, and this is a nice one. 53 yards, sending Sanders back to the 38. Sanders in space. There goes Ace Sanders. Got the punter to beat. Going toward the pylon. Will he get there? Yes! Ace is dealing on New Year's Day. Touchdown, South Carolina.
I had no idea what was going on either.
Arizona State gets the timeout. There was originally a signal for Duke. Jamison Crowder a chance at the return. Crowder slipping across the 50. Jamison Crowder, explosive in the return game for Duke, is going to take it back. And the Duke Blue Devils seize the momentum in El Paso.
Dylan Breeding on to punt. He's had 2 really effective punts inside the 10-yard line. And here's Matthew back, and another effective one. Matthew breaks a tackle, breaks another, gets a block. There are no flags and the race is on. And Matthew goes 92 yards.
Cal should have wonderful field position. And there was a bear on top of Knowles. Here's Jackson dancing at the 35, trying to get a block on that side. Cuts back, looking for daylight. Got one man to beat. He explodes, end zone ahead. Touchdown, Bears. Now a late penalty flag. But it was when Jackson was going into the end zone.
There is no foul on the play. No foul on the play for a personal foul. The contact is unintentional.
Anderson wrapping up his college career here in his hometown of Houston after a quick trip to start his college days at Ole Miss in Oxford in the SEC. Jones. And Jones across midfield. Jones just waiting for somebody. Jones inside the 20 to the 10, and for the 5th time in his career will not be stopped.
Done it twice. I think they had 499 yards in one game.
9th punt, Trevor Daniel. Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson. Have I mentioned this is Eddie Jackson? Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Playing with a sense of urgency. They've done that today here in Morgantown.
Perry, big punt. Austin, watch out. 50, 40. Austin, goodbye. Touchdown, West Virginia.
He'll be a field goal kicker as well as a punter here. He whacks it, and now it'll be Deion Sanders from the 24. In the middle, twists his way, finds an alley. Now it's just the punter, he'll outrun it. It's going to be a touchdown, Florida State. Deion Sanders. There are no penalty markers down. An electrifying 76-yard run.
He's getting ready to hit the quarterback as well, about the same time that Fitzpatrick hit him.
Xavier Marks from the 25. Nice vision. Marks to the 40, looking for a block. He's got it, he's got help. Xavier Marks got to beat the punter. He beat the punter. Touchdown, Alabama.
Tough catch. You're running full speed, you got about 8 yards to see the ball.
Openshaw, nice. McKenzie at the 23. There is no flag. Some thought that was a block in the back. Instead, it's going to be an outstanding return. McKenzie, there are no flags, and Isaiah McKenzie takes it all the way.
DeJean, dangerous and deep. And this one much better. But room for DeJean to work. crowd can sense it. DeJean across midfield, breaks the tackle. DeJean down the sideline. Goodbye. Touchdown, Iowa.
Trendon Holiday has been about one guy away from breaking a couple of big ones here tonight. He's back as a punt return man. He'll take this one from the 13-yard line. Holiday, forget it right now. Touchdown.
They were checking from the sideline. They changed some kind of protection, and that just took too much time.
Here's Johnson inside the 20 at the 15. He's got an alley. 40, 45, and he's headed for the end zone. A Longhorn touchdown.
Yeah, that Stanford defense is just, they got to be sucking some air at this stage. They've been on the field a long time, and here comes Zachariah. Wow. How about a grapevine or a branch for you? Flag down, touchdown.
Waiting on Junko's punt. He got it away through a fray of arms, I think. Here is Huzzy from the 48 of Carolina. Elijah Huzzy, 35-30. Huzzy, 15, 10-5. Carolina leads. 52-yard punt return
from Sam Johnson. He's got a crack at this one from the 16. Malik Benson across the 40, midfield. Benson, he might take it. He will. Malik Benson, touchdown. Ducks flying high to the end zone.
The gate receipts at the Bayou Classic. All right, thank you, Tim.
Well, that's one year where the game was actually more exciting than the halftime show of the band.
Santana Moss, he's got a wall.
See ya.
He's gone.
Let's remember another thing that they're doing. Not only are they trying to get to the Orange Bowl, but they also are in the process of winning their first Big East championship since '96.
Darryl Jones, watch out. Say goodbye. He has a chance to air it out here. Had 2 kicks at 56 yards last week.
Low kick.
Yeah, it sure is. Bobbled, picked up on one hop, fortuitous. Oh my goodness, here's Reggie Davis. Slips the tackle. There are no flags.
Yes, there are. Block in the back. It's coming back. Kenzie was injured.
A block in the back. There was a block on the side.
Oh, they're going to pick up the flag.
Is the deep man this returnable?
Yes, better. Much more aggressive.
Jones. He's got the block. Now he's got an angle, and it's a foot race to the corner. Touchdown, Alabama.
Ryan Niblett, the dangerous punt returner, is back there, and another bomb by Bulliam, and Niblett's back near the 23. Gets the sideline. Niblett! He's gone! Touchdown, Texas!
Shalleck to punt it. And Patrick Peterson awaits it. He's going to go. Got a block on the right side, a hole in the middle. Look out! Won't catch him, folks. Forget about it. You'd have to have Deion Sanders out there to catch him. That's 86 yards and the touchdown.
And he gets it away. Wade and Adams back deep. Adams with it at the 45. Adams skipping. Adams gets outside. Watch out. Hits the sideline. The jet. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Drive has ended with a punt. In
He thought Holmes was going to step over. Then he makes the catch on it. Again, swings free. Look out now. Can Finley get an angle? Down the sideline. Forget about it. This baby's over, this race.
So an early punt from Michael Sleep Dalton. And Tyler Vaughns will grab it at the 18. And Vaughns with a lot of space. And there goes Tyler Vaughns. First career punt return touchdown. How about that to help out your redshirt freshman QB?
Stay in this game. See if they come after the punt. Sadler boots it low. Pearsonell driven back, but he catches it and has a crease. DeMornay Pearsonell is in open field. Look out! Nebraska has life. 62 yards. And the Cornhuskers.
The score was still 14-13 when OSU punted early in the fourth quarter.
Bush takes the big hop. Avoids the first man. Now look out. If he gets back here, he's gone. Midfield. One man to beat. And he's going to beat him easily, and this is going to be a USC touchdown. Kick it away from Reggie Bush all day.
But then the drive stalls out. A loss on first down on a run, and then 2 incompletions. Will they kick it out of bounds? No, they're just going to kick it a long way. Wow, Keegan Andrews, an over-the-shoulder catch by Weechin at the 5-yard line. And then he's run all the way across the field. Weechin, what a night! What a return! He's going to go! Caden Weechin, an over-the-shoulder catch at the 5, and all the way!
Owen White checks in. 43 yards per punt this season. He'll turn it over beautifully here. Driving Brooks back. From his 34, waiting on the convoy. There he goes, Brooks. Far side, can he get to the end zone? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Wildcats.
It's never a good thing. It just means that they're having to kick it so much.
Stefan Flintoff will boot it away. High end-over-end variety. And Amati from his 45. He's got a lane. And he's got speed. Look out. Beep, beep. The Ducks are in the end zone. Touchdown.
Flips momentum a little bit for South Carolina. Janish to punt it away. You've got the dangerous Swain. And will he get some space here to return it? Swain spins away from 1. Reversing field. He's got a lot of blockers on this side. The dangerous return man took one to the house last week. Swain does it again.
I agree with you. Kick it out of bounds. Don't give him another chance.
Boy, what a start to Swain's punt returning career. That one was partially blocked. So South Carolina blocks the kick. Swain, by the way, picks it up. The play is alive. Swain coming this way again. Is he going to do it? Yes. Swain! Touchdown!
Marcus Jones, you saw what he did last season, those numbers, nearly 20 yards to lead FBS, and now retreating back all the way to about the 25, and now he takes off. It's Marcus Jones, ladies and gentlemen, up that right side, point him out, he's got blockers, up ahead, 20, 10, Painter, Marcus Jones in for the score.
Bill Gleason is on the punt for Ole Miss. They use 2 punters. This is the rugby-style punt. Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson. One man to beat. And he beat him. There's a flag.
During the return, personal foul, illegal hands to the face, number 30 on the kicking team.
Wow, touchdown. Let their playmaker get out in space.
Good punt for Atterbury. From the 30. Beckham. Another big return. Goodbye, touchdown.
So Ian Garcia on to punt. Jordan Watkins standing around his own 25. Watkins running up to make the catch, has some room. Watkins to the sideline. Does he have it? Watkins down the sideline. There he goes, Jordan Watkins. A punt return for a touchdown.
Expected the screen, watched for it, reacted, made a nice play.
Ian Brandt's punt was 51 yards last time. He's got a great bounce here to help. Picked up by Brady inside the 10, reversing field.
Got a chance.
There's the corner. Here goes Brady. Looking for a block, cuts back. And Jonathan Brady is gone. Touchdown, Indiana.
Spiraling towards the left side. And the Bruins will be able to bring it back. They've already got one special team score tonight. Phillips with one man to beat. And he does. And UCLA scores for the 6th time in a row that they've had the football.
They went 94 yards on the opening drive to start the second half. Newsom waits for the punt from Hochrichter. Another boomer back to the 25. Newsom gathers himself. Newsom cut at the 40. Newsom to midfield. Has a blocker ahead of him. Daz Newsom racing to the end zone on the punt return. Touchdown, North Carolina.
Were to go for it, McCown would have had to come off the field for a play, or the Roadrunners would have to burn a timeout. McGuire Anderson on the return. He's got some space. Anderson across midfield. He's got blockers. He's got a convoy. Mr. Anderson with the house call. No flags on the play. Tony Moa. So now the punt. And that one might have been touched, maybe. Scooped up by the return man, Parker Kingston. And now he's going to turn the corner. There he goes. Kingston to the 50. Still going. Kingston. Touchdown.
On third down against Elko.
And no surprise. They've been tough all year. Chadwick with a big boot. Concepcion backed up all the way to the 23 and breaks free. Look out. KC Concepcion still running. They're not going to catch him. KC Concepcion. Touchdown, A&M, 79 yards.
Gets it off. Angle to the far side. Pettis will get a shot from the 42. Still running, breaks a tackle. Midfield. Pettis hits the sideline. Stays in bounds. Pettis, touchdown, Huskies. 58 yards. Back-breaking play. No flags.
Poor timing on that third down. Carvalho, the deep man, just had a 23-yard punt return earlier. And here he goes again. Carvalho, past midfield. Kicker to beat. He beat him. Inside the 10. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown.
He opened the game with a 28-yarder to give Tennessee great field position. Open shot, tries to get him moving backwards. He does so all the way back to the 14, some slippage. And he turns it upfield. Here's Cameron Sutton, flag down. Sutton breaks free. Flag all the way back at the 20, and Sutton has the sideline, and he'll have 6 if it stands. An 85-yard return for Cameron Sutton, but there's a flag down. Amazing.
Personal foul, face mask, kicking team.
Just a relentless pass rusher.
He's like a baby-faced guy off the field, but he just becomes an assassin when he gets out there. Spires hesitated and kicks a rugby punt that takes a bounce. It's fielded dangerously. And Walker has a wall down the sidelines, galloping free. Michael Walker all the way home.
Did the quarterback from Mississippi State.
Boy, a booming kick. Here's Kirk. He's coming near side. He had a couple of returns for touchdowns last week. He may have
one here this week. He is on the run. Nobody will catch him. Touchdown, Texas A&M. 92 yards.
And with Cosby injured, Shipley fields it at the 45. This is going to be great field position for the Horns. He's got an alley. There is a penalty flag down. As he goes into the end zone, there is a flag at the 30-yard line.
It was close. There is no foul for illegal block in the back. The action is legal.
Touchdown, Shipley.
So Vizenelli gets a good snap. This is a high punt. Switzer will go all the way back to the 15 and put it on the ground. And look out, now there's room. Plenty of yards to run. Switzer to the 50. Switzer in Virginia territory, and he's got a convoy. Ryan Switzer is gone. Touchdown, Carolina.
He has 2 punt returns for touchdowns in his career, 5 kickoff returns for touchdowns. Janarian Grant should have a chance at this return. Has it from the 31. Here we go. Changes direction. Grant with a hole midfield. Janarian Grant. Can he do it again? Look out. He will. Janarian Grant, touchdown.
Line drive kick. Very returnable for Marcus Green, who had 4 return kicks a year ago. Tied for first in the country. Can he have one here in 2018? Yes, he will. 70 yards.
Wow, another blast from the past, Dari, the old Mississippi State head coach, where Terry Bowden used to coach. This is Brian Branch, who gets a chance after Kool-Aid McKinstry showed off all season. Brian wants his turn and wants to take it to the house. Good night.
Waits down there on the other end in the middle of your screen. Nice kick. Callaway's got a back pedal to the 28. Slips a little bit. Now comes forward. Antonio Callaway at midfield. He might take it. Callaway to try to tie the game. Touchdown.
Nelson awaits. This one wobbling down. Nelson at the 50. Gets a block outside. Nelson with superior speed, working to the near side to the 20. Can he cut it back? He does. He's got blockers. He will sail into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. 49 yards.
On the outside, Dorian Singer, who is their best wide receiver by a long shot, he had a step.
So they'll send it away. Bomeister, and this one returned. Wester straight ahead. Wester with a lead!
Wester, 76 yards, touchdown, Buffalo.
This kid is sensational. And if you're on the coverage team, you better contain him. This is a high tail wagger. Bernard will take it at the 26. He'll look for a blocker. He's got a wall. Look out! Bernard to the 40. Will they catch him? Inside the 20. Giovanni Bernard is gone. Touchdown, Carolina.
You could win a trip to the national championship game. The singular ABC Sports All-American Team Show is on December the 10th at 2 Eastern Time. Right.
Reed's got the punt to the 45 midfield. Reed's in a foot race for the end zone. The game's first touchdown.
But some of these young defenders they've gotten, Jamal Adams, he's one of the best.
White is back deep again, 3 and out. White's going to take it outside. He gets a crushing block. Gets the outside, headed for the end zone. It's a touchdown, folks, but go back to that block. Unbelievable. That was Jamal Adams, we believe. We were just raving about him.
Came after that one a bit. Farrah got a good kickoff as Scott returns. From inside the 30, he made a miss and he's still on his feet. Oh, there was a block there at midfield as Scott picks up a front end of blockers that carry him all the way to the end zone. No flag is down. 73-yard punt return touchdown. Jeff Scott.
Christian Jones back forward, waiting at his own 38-yard line. Line drive kick all the way back to the 29. Jones, a junior, with some run. Christian Jones. There are no flags. Touchdown Alabama. The first time they touched the ball, they score.
One has been blocked. One went into the backside of an offensive lineman. This low line drive fielded by Jabril Peppers. Here he goes. Jabril Peppers turning on the speed. Breaks a tackle. The cutback. Peppers headed for a touchdown. For Air Force, Scott to punt it to Donovan Peoples-Jones. Good punt. Driving Peoples-Jones back to the 22. Has some room at the 30. Peoples-Jones to the 40. Looping to midfield. Peoples-Jones looking for one more angle. He's got the sideline. Tiptoes in for the touchdown.
Game slipping away here from Elon. Duke asserting itself offensively. Quayshawn Brown coming to the near side. Has plenty of room. Has some blocks. Punter last man to beat him. Brown all the way. House call. The Central defense bearing down a little bit. It's Mahalik back out there on the punt. Pimpleton back to receive. He's dangerous, and he will get a chance. Pimpleton faked the fair catch. He's got plenty of room around the right side. Pimpleton makes a move. He could go. Khalil Pimpleton to the house. Central Michigan has life. In their first punt return touchdown since Antonio Brown was playing for CMU. Nick Mahalik on the punt for Western Michigan. It is a good one. Pimpleton fields it inside his 5. Look out. Here comes Pimpleton again. He's got a block, and he's got speed. Khalil Pimpleton. Are you kidding me? 95-plus yards to the house.
47-yard punt for Borough the first time. Couldn't pin Georgia deep. Muse at the 31. He's dangerous. He made a man miss. He's inside the 30. 69 yards.
Jones waiting on this one. Makes one man miss. Now just trying to read things. Oh, do you read it well? Christian Jones to the house. Touchdown, Alabama.
McCook was under 50% completion percentage in the opener against Western Michigan. He's been better tonight, 12 of 17. Another good punt from Hartbarger. Braylon Addison looking for the edge. Addison's got some room, and he's got a blocker. Addison turning on the Jets inside the 30. High-stepping Addison into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks.
Near midfield. Ohio State sets up the return. Marshall at the 47 of Ohio State with running room. Marshall to the 45 and into the clear. Marshall breaks the tackle. He's gone. Jalen Marshall with a touchdown. They have given up way too many points in the first quarter and first half of football games.
Austin McNamara punting from inside his own 15-yard line. Darius Davis is the deep man for the Horned Frogs. Davis fielded at the 16, trying to get outside, and does with a little running room. Hits the sideline, down the sideline. Darius Davis with a convoy in front of him. Needs a block, cuts it back. Darius Davis, double D, touchdown Horned Frogs, 82 yards.
hand signaling, nonverbal communication, making sure everybody's on the same page. What's the call? What's the adjustment? Their communication is next level as a defense.
Devontae Smith with a cutback. Finds an alley right up the center of the kick coverage group for the Razorbacks, and he will not be touched. An Alabama touchdown.
Again, A&M, if you're just joining us, without three defensive starters, Myles Garrett, Armani Watts, and Priest Willis. Here's Christian Kirk, retreats to his 30. Across the 35, head of steam, he's got midfield. One man to beat, and Kirk down the sideline for an A&M touchdown.
He's out of Cartersville, Georgia. And here comes Ace. Bobblehead picks it back up. Scampers, 45, 50, breaks free. Still going. Headed for the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
All-Conference USA last year. Stephon Cobbs back at his own 20-yard line.
There you go.
Josh Sloan punts it away and forces Cobbs back. Cobbs turns upfield, has a couple blockers with him. There he goes. Look out! Stephon Cobbs all the way, 80 yards. Touchdown, Boise State.
And we've seen some crazy things happen in these games right to the last second.
Chark camps under this one at the 25. That might be a block in the back. Maybe not. Chark going the other way. Got the corner. Blockers in front. Chark down the sideline. He's going to take it. Touchdown, LSU.
So Ryan Ertzleben, the senior, will punt out of his own end zone. Levi Norwood back deep at the 42. Norwood, he'll get a shot at the 45. Norwood, watch out. Norwood still running. Norwood brings it inside. Hard dig. Norwood, touchdown Bears.
As the clock winds inside of 6 minutes and a snap from Van Blanker bounces back there. Oliver takes it. Has a big one already. He's got room here. Isaiah Oliver cuts it back. Punter to beat. He does. He'll take it. Touchdown.
It's a pretty kick. Tre'Davious White from his own 31. He's ripping off a return. Splits the Syracuse. Last line of defense. Touchdown, LSU. Tre'Davious White takes it the distance.
His kicking game, while he hasn't had to have a lot of long ones, they've been good kicks that have been downed and put Alabama in tough territory at the 15-yard line. That will be returned up to the 30. There's nobody there. Nothing but green grass, folks. Touchdown, Alabama on the punt return. That is Arenas. And we told you if you give them a chance.
That area came over from Ohio State. Niblett, who carefully fields this one, has some room. Ryan Niblett weaving, still running down the sideline. Niblett all the way to the house. 75, no flags.
Fargo. He got them a lot of game day visits. Almost rugby-style punt end over end, but instead of bouncing, it is taken by JoJo Natson, who gets to the left side, has a blocker, gets to the 40, sideline midfield, and there he goes. JoJo Natson is going to take it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. And there are no flags on the play.
Is Devin Hester at the 45. He almost had one for a score last week. Pressure on the punter, a much better one. A wobbler, a high one, though. Hester looking for a block. And here we go. He's got a wall on the sideline. Now it's the punter. Can he get him? No! He fans on it. Touchdown, Hester and Miami. Give me a break.
Incredible. You can't simulate Miami's speed if you're Temple in practice.
At midfield for Wisconsin, Badgers with a chance to get great field position. Nelson lets it take a bounce. It dies at midfield. He picks it up. And Nelson gets down the sideline. Nelson still on the move. Watch Nick the quick Nelson. Touchdown, Wisconsin. 50 yards.
And they've been excellent on that side of the ball.
Dustin will punt it away, trying to get it away from Chad Jones, and that will be fielded at the 5. Look at Jones go. He's got a block. Chad Jones has some blockers in front. One man to beat. Can he do it? Still on his feet. Needs another block. Chad Jones, touchdown.
Fields made him pay.
Another low punt by Matt Flynn. Ja'Shawn Harris got some room to run. Look at what we have here. Add another chapter to his comeback story.
Big kick. Cliff Harris watches it bounce. Now he takes it at the 35. Gets by one guy. Here's Harris to the outside. Harris needs one more block. It's the kicker in the way. Cliff Harris following the blockers into the end zone. Touchdown! Cliff Harris again!
That might hit. It's going to hit on the heated bench.
We'll see. Eckley leads the country in yards per punt, and he does put it in play. All right, here we go. The dice are rolled in special teams. Here comes Caden Weegan. He's through a surge again. Caden Weegan off to the races. He beats Eckley. One more to beat. There goes Weegan to Iowa. Immortality.
From downtown Charlotte, John Lloyd punts to Ryan Switzer. Makes the grab at the 15. No fair catch for Switzer. He wants the record. Ryan Switzer will sprint ahead for his 5th punt return for a touchdown this season, tying the NCAA record held by Hawaii's Chad Owens. This one goes for 86.
Hammonds will punt it away for Chattanooga with that unusual alignment. They have 3 players at the top of the screen. Gets it away without a lot of pressure as they set up the return for Arenas, who fields it at the 34. Bust free. This is what the crowd came to see. There goes the senior. Scampered into the end zone. Touchdown, Javi Arenas.
Now, first chance tonight for one of the best all time, Dante Pettis has a chance to set a couple of marks tonight. Pettis has a seam. Pettis on his feet. Pettis still going. This will set the all-time record. He is into the end zone. 9th career punt return for a score, the most ever. 64 yards, Pettis, all the way to history.
Antonio Perkins back deep. Perkins at the 26. Dances for a hole. Got it. 40, 45, midfield now. He's got blockers all the way. And Perkins explodes for the Sooner touchdown. And here's Cluey again, which means that Perkins awaits this punt. Runs up to the 16-yard line. Got a hole. Explodes. Going end zone. Touchdown. His second.
Antonio Perkins, one more try here.
Here we go now. Needs the 5 to tie it.
They got to hold. They got to hold up the wings. They got to hold up those guys.
Yeah, the gunners are getting free on it. He's trying to get that gunner over the right and cannot. Here he comes now. Can he get it? Perkins slips. Got it. Perkins for the record. Breaks free. Looking for the 3rd touchdown. Down the sideline. Antonio Perkins. 3 punt return touchdowns and a new NCAA record.
Get a celebration penalty. That one deserves a celebration penalty, doesn't it?